Hi, and welcome to my Unity devlog video. These past 2 weeks I've been working on refactoring the code structure to better organize the network code and enable a new workflow. I've split the code into single player and multiplayer, relying on composition to determine the flow of the application rather than Boolean flags. This enables me to create a feature in single player and test it without having to worry about networking at the same time. After the feature is implemented in single player, I can then add the network code to support multiplayer interaction. I think this will be a better workflow because it allows me to experiment with the feature and find out what is fun before spending more time on networking. This should also give me a better picture of what networking is actually required for the feature, making it easier and faster to develop, and it lends itself more to test-driven development. I spent a lot of time reworking the art for the game. I chose voxel art because it was easier than anything else I've tried, but I didn't have an artistic vision for the game. I decided that I'd rather spend more time on the art and have a style I actually wanted in the game than settle for something I wasn't excited about. Not that voxel art isn't cool, it's just not what I wanted for the project. I first started making a tileable texture, as this is one of the things that I had no clue how to do, and they could be very powerful at reducing the amount of work necessary for large surfaces. I used Photoshop and looked up at what kind of process is used to make them. The texture I made isn't hand painted, it mostly uses noise different layers to build up details. Next I moved on to look at the workflow for creating 3D assets. I started with a stone pillar because it's a simple object but would take me through the process I need to learn to make other environment assets. I started out with a low poly mesh, unwrapping the UVs. The first time I did this, I didn't apply the rotation and scale to the model, so when I unwrapped it, the texture had warping effects in it. I tried this again, applying the rotation and scale this time, but I duplicated the model, adding extra topology. I then sculpted extra details onto it. I baked these details from the high poly mesh onto the low one in the form of a normal map. This went okay, but firstly, the normals of my low poly mesh got reversed along the way somehow, and secondly, I did too larger details which would require retopology for them to look any good on the mesh. I ran out of time to do this, but it shouldn't be too difficult. The model I made wouldn't be very good for reuse, as the features on it are very recognizable, and it would be easy to spot when the same model is used multiple times in the same scene. Thanks for watching.